hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we're back with 87th place by Delta Mudkip. Obligatory enemy spam. Well, I said it last time, I'm going to say it again. I'm glad we have Rain Flush. -2 function penalty. So there was something that, like, probably had to be fixed or something, because the stage just wasn't working properly. Low score of 25 by MJack, everyone else in the 40, 50 range. Okay. Oh, I love this music too. This is... I know it's from Mega Man 5 on the Game Boy. I feel like this is Saturn? Saturn or Uranus? One of those two. A lot of that music kind of blends together for me. Okay, so we have the Flying Turtles. Wave Bike. And that's one of the gimmicks? Oh, okay. I cannot have a charge. This is fine. That's cool. I hope it does more later. Is there a secret down here? I only checked because we just hit a checkpoint. Otherwise, I would not have done that. Maybe it's that enemy. Kanushu Man, or whatever his name is. From the last game. Not weak to that. Not weak to that. Oh, Rain Flush is disabled. Wait a minute, I thought this was enemy spam. Yeah, that's not your real weakness. I'll be using this more. We have more of a stage to go. Rain Flush was disabled for enemy spam. Come on. Yes, this is the gimmick from, I was gonna say, it was a really short stage. And we didn't even see a lot of things getting used. So yeah, this is the gimmick from Mega Man 1 on the Game Boy. Oh, and these platforms, these were from Uranus. That is suspicious, but... Well, I made it between the spikes, but why wasn't there anything? Why? You gotta give it up to me for my skill, but if you're gonna have something that... Just put all of them as spikes. Because otherwise that just looks like there's some secret down there. And there was no secret, there was only disappointment when I was able to accomplish the nigh impossible on the first attempt. And then you give me nothing but death. Death and dolphins. Now these are the other enemies that are going to get spammed, huh? Okay. Well, we've been introduced to... I think we've been introduced to all of our enemies. I feel this stage creator added some more other than just what was given to him in the thing. It's a Mudkip. The, what was it? The grimy Mudkip? The dirty Mudkip? Yeah, these things are... Those cut things are challenging to deal with at times. Sparkman. Well, we know what your weakness is. You're weak to yourself. Just like you are in Mega Man 3. Do you do anything besides hop? Did Mr. Mudkip change Sparkman's AI script or something? Okay. Not falling for that again. I did it once. You know, they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Oh, I can't go up from underneath. I mean, I guess this was kind of here just to force you to deal with that guy instead of just bypass him. But then you just kind of sit there and wait for it. Alright, another wave bike section. Yeah! I like wave bikes! I want more done with this than just mindless enemy spam. Ooh, combining gimmicks and... I don't think those combine very well. Kind of needed a little bit more. This is kind of neat, though. It reminds me of, like, those old-school space shooters. Why are you here? You just here to remind us that you were in this stage? Oh, alternatively, this could be a decent spot to get. I don't like how some of them are just kind of like suddenly spawning in the water. This is neat. I feel like this has been slowed down. And don't go too far down. Screen transitions! Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, I can go above if I'm on one that's directly below. Okay. Oh, hey. That was rude, sir. Oh my gosh. I don't have that. Let's try this. That's not helpful. Now let's deal with the mech. Okay, so this is just a counter, and I have to kill all of the Oh, this is neat. I like this thing. Ouch. Back here. This is a neat mini-boss. I will say this is probably one of the stages I've enjoyed the most, although there's not a ton to it. I would like if this spammed more, like if it, once you got down past like 12 or something, that it starts spamming multiple enemies at a time, because this one at a time is a little bit slow. But otherwise, I like this concept. Again, the cutter thing just reminding us that it's here. Seems to be like the only reason why those are there. Double punk. I need a weakness for you. Well, it's not that. Why are we using weapon get music from one of the Game Boy games? Why can I not find a dang weakness? Is it this? No. Definitely need a weakness for Punk. So we haven't really tried Fire Mixer or Salt Water yet. Screen transitions. Okay. Found his weakness. Oh, and I slide right into him. Okay. Double Punk is not going to be easy. I might have to use an E-Tank here. And this is not appropriate battle music. This is weapon get music from one of the Game Boy games. Yeah, that wasn't a good showing of this. Punk kills you extremely fast, and two of them, like, once they get out of sync, which, you know, happens, it's kind of difficult to dodge them both. Okay, we're gonna use an E-Tank. Or I could use... I don't know how the beat recovery stuff works, because I haven't actually used it before, so let's not. If I'm lucky, I can get double hits. Like that. Oh, there's still... Oh, okay. Well, I've enjoyed this stage more than the last few, I'll say that. Of all the issues with the stage, enemy spam was not the main one, right? The enemy spam was done fairly tastefully. Having lots of weak enemies thrown at you gave the name a fair meaning, but it was never unreasonable. You were always able to deal with them as long as your reflexes were good enough, even with the Buster. While the enemies were generally fine, the bosses felt extraneous. Sure. Scrolling and reading just throws me off so much. That's why I can't do both at the same time. They didn't really add much other than being a break in pace. They included neither gimmicks nor enemies. Yeah, one of those cutter gimmicks could have been like in one of the boss fights. So they just kind of existed and felt disconnected from the rest of the level. Although the final fight was fun, even if simple. The other main issue is how the level is vague with directions. First main offense is a drop where it seems like you should fall between two spikes by lining up on the Uranus platforms. But you just die. Yep, I complained about that. Thankfully, you are near a checkpoint, but that just felt like the natural thing to do. It felt like a secret thing to do, and then the secret just was death. Then later, when you fight AT-AT on the Uranus platform, it seems like you should go right, but you just go down. These don't make this a bad level, but the level also doesn't do anything that really makes it stand out from the better ones. It just made me scratch my head and go, huh, that's odd. Well, someone forgot a few stop scroll objects. Anyways, with a title like that, I was expecting more enemy spam. I was almost thinking the same thing at some points. It was pretty tame. The real spam was all the boss battles, which really didn't add anything of value to the level, except dragging it on for longer than it should have. I think that one mini-boss countdown is what dragged on the level most. The bosses I didn't really mind, although I guess they didn't really need to be there either. Also, that punk fight at the end was just disgusting. Might be better if Punk just didn't do massive damage in general. Maybe modify the punks to do like half as much damage as usual. Now that's a dread-inducing title. Surprisingly, outside of that one room with the straight-up row of SRU 21Ps, this level is actually pretty light on enemy spam. In fact, I'd say enemy spam is the least of its problems, because really, what this level is boss spam, Camuso Man, Spark Man, a double punk fight, which is really exactly like a regular punk fight, just twice as long. And worst of all, that squid thing from CFTF, which wastes 90 seconds of your time spawning easily dispatched enemies. All of this, combined with the weight-heavy Uranus platform sections, results in a level that drags on for a very long time. Dude, it was like, what were we at, 12 minutes or 10 minutes when we finished the level? It's not that long. Without a clear sense of progression. Okay, I will agree with clear sense progression point. And while some of these segments are kind of fun, I like the wave bike bits, for instance. I wish there was like more to the wave bike things. But all things considered, this level just stretches on forever, without a clear idea of what it wants to be, other than a level with a lot of enemies all at once. Which is an identity, I guess, but not a very compelling one. 3 out of 25 for fun? I saw what you gave a 25 out of 25 for fun. Anyways. I don't know why one would pride themselves on being the level with enemy spam, and while there was some of that going on, I think the amount of bosses was more of a peace breaker than anything else. 3 bosses and a very long and slow enemy gauntlet. And when that wasn't happening, it was just kind of boring. Most of the enemies didn't pose a problem at all unless they popped out in ways you can't predict, like the room after the boss doors with an avalanche of those falling guys. There were some clever uses of the Uranus platform closer to the end. I did like that. I like the idea of having to fend off enemies while the platform's lower. Yep, that was cool. But you had to wait for a lot of nothing before going down there, and it was really the only neato application of it in the entire level. I also don't quite understand why parts of the 3 Wily background were used as a platform you can stand on. It just caused confusion that wasn't needed. I must not have picked up on that. Also, no one should have to deal with 2 punks at the same time. It's just silly. Alright, what else do we got here? Today's special is fresh fish. I'll hold your plate and I'll serve you right up. Don't want your fish. Crazy Daisy. Oh, hey, this has the exclamation mark. It's a side quest. You're Mega Man, right? You caught me at a bad time. You can probably tell that I'm kind of in a pickle. My lower half is missing. Kinda bad. I got these awesome new iron boots, right? And I was walking around in one of those simulations. Tower, I think. But of course there just had to be flying magnet guys hovering all over, and you can probably figure out what happened next. My lower half is now lost to the winds. It isn't too much trouble. Could you go looking for it? That might be in, like, the next level. Oh, we have that cutter gimmick again. No, I already didn't like it. Alright. Well, I'll deal with that next time. So for now, I'll take my leave.